Hidden beneath the waves are entire worlds lost to time, ancient cities that once thrived on land, only to vanish beneath the sea. These aren't merely ruins, they're remnants of complex societies with their own cultures, technologies, and mysteries. For centuries, these submerged cities have been objects of fascination, symbols of humanity's eternal intrigue with the unknown. Myths like Atlantis have inspired countless tales and quests, fueling our desire to uncover lost civilizations that may hold forgotten knowledge or new perspectives on human history. While the story of Atlantis remains a mystery, real cities have been found underwater, preserved by the tides, offering tangible connections to the past and challenging our understanding of human resilience. Modern technology has made it possible to explore these hidden cities like never before, giving archaeologists, historians, and explorers the tools they need to investigate, document, and preserve these submerged relics. Advances in underwater exploration technology, like remotely operated vehicles, ROVs, sonar mapping, and sophisticated diving equipment, allow us to reach unprecedented depths, revealing remnants of lost cities that have been forgotten for thousands of years. Every discovery sheds light on societies that faced natural catastrophes, rising sea levels, or slow erosion that led to their eventual submersion. With each new find, we learn more about how ancient civilizations adapted to their environments, responded to climate changes, and, in some cases, ultimately succumbed to the forces of nature. These discoveries aren't just windows into the past, they're powerful lessons for today's world, where shifting climates and rising sea levels once again threaten coastal cities. The stories embedded in these underwater cities offer crucial insights into the impact of environmental changes on societies and how communities can rise, thrive, and ultimately fall in response to natural forces. In exploring these underwater cities, we see more than just architectural marvels. We see human resilience, ingenuity, and the enduring desire to build, connect, and thrive, even in challenging conditions. Our journey through the most amazing cities found underwater will explore famous sites like Pavlopetri, one of the oldest submerged cities, and the ancient city of Dwarka, a real-life city linked to the mythological tales of Lord Krishna. We'll dive into the Mediterranean to rediscover the sunken luxuries of Baiae, the Las Vegas of the ancient world, and the bustling Egyptian port of Heracleion, long lost until recent discoveries. We'll look at mysterious formations like the Yonaguni monument in Japan, whose origins continue to baffle experts, as well as the controversial Cuban underwater structures that some believe to be remnants of a lost civilization. Each of these submerged cities has a story to tell, whether it's one of sudden disaster, gradual decay, or the slow encroachment of the sea. Through these underwater sites, we can piece together fragments of history that challenge traditional narratives and reveal the richness and diversity of human life across millennia. They remind us that our world is always changing and that history is never static. In understanding the past, we gain insights that help us face our present, and perhaps, prepare for our future. Join us as we uncover the world's most astonishing sunken civilizations, exploring the lives, mysteries, and legacies left behind beneath the waves. The science and methods of underwater archaeology exploring underwater cities presents unique challenges, requiring advanced technology, specialized skills, and a deep understanding of how water affects preservation. Unlike land-based archaeology, where structures are exposed to air and sunlight, underwater environments create specific conditions that impact the preservation and accessibility of ancient ruins. In this field, archaeologists rely on innovative tools to uncover cities hidden by centuries of sediment and seawater. Underwater archaeology isn't just about finding relics. It's about piecing together the life stories of these cities and understanding the forces that transformed them into underwater worlds. The cornerstone of modern underwater exploration is the remotely operated vehicle, or ROV. These robotic devices are engineered to dive into depths that humans cannot easily access, often equipped with high-definition cameras, mechanical arms, and advanced sensors. Controlled from the surface, ROVs can maneuver through difficult terrain, capturing footage and gathering data that helps archaeologists map out submerged sites. This technology has revolutionized underwater archaeology by providing detailed imagery and precise mapping of previously inaccessible sites, allowing scientists to better visualize these submerged cities and locate structures that may be hidden by layers of silt and debris. Sonar mapping is another powerful tool in underwater archaeology, especially for locating and surveying submerged cities. Sonar uses sound waves to create a map of the seafloor, bouncing signals off objects and recording the echoes to build an image. This technique is invaluable in creating topographical maps of underwater sites, showing details that might be invisible to the naked eye due to sediment buildup. With sonar, archaeologists can visualize the layout of an underwater city in its entirety, identifying buildings, pathways, and sometimes even smaller artifacts that have been preserved by layers of sediment. Sonar mapping has been instrumental in discovering cities like Pavlopetri in Greece, one of the oldest submerged cities known to date, helping researchers pinpoint structures and artifacts that reveal daily life in the ancient city. Beyond mapping, one of the most critical aspects of underwater archaeology is preservation. Waterlogged wood, stone, and metal objects are highly susceptible to rapid decay when removed from their underwater environment. Salt water in particular can be highly corrosive, meaning that artifacts need careful treatment to prevent deterioration. Techniques such as desalination baths are used to remove salt from these materials, stabilizing them for further study or display. This process helps preserve the integrity of artifacts, ensuring they can be handled and analyzed without damage. Preservation isn't just about maintaining these artifacts, it's about understanding their context and creating an accurate picture of these ancient cities. Proper preservation techniques allow scientists to retain essential details and protect these artifacts for future generations. Each technological advancement brings us closer to understanding the mysteries of these underwater cities. As technology continues to evolve, archaeologists are discovering ways to uncover even the most hidden sites, exploring deeper and more complex environments. Underwater archaeology holds not only the potential to reveal the secrets of lost civilizations but also serves as a testament to human innovation. With every discovery, we gain new insights into how ancient people lived, adapted, and, ultimately, how their cities met their watery fate. Through science and technology, we are bringing these underwater cities back to life, telling their stories once again to the world. Ancient civilizations beneath the waves, notable discoveries throughout history, tales of lost cities have captivated humanity, drawing us into stories of civilization, power, and ultimately, disaster. The most famous of these legends is Atlantis, an advanced society supposedly destroyed in a single cataclysmic event. While Atlantis remains a mystery, real underwater cities have been discovered across the globe, each carrying its own unique story of life, innovation, and eventual submersion. These cities allow us to look into the past, uncovering insights into ancient societies, their ways of life, and the environmental or geological forces that led to their sudden transformation. Let's dive into some of the most intriguing submerged cities and explore what they reveal about human resilience, adaptation, and the mysteries that still remain. Atlantis, myth, legend, or a forgotten reality. The legend of Atlantis is perhaps the most enduring of all tales of lost civilizations. First introduced by the Greek philosopher Plato around 360 BC, Atlantis was described as a powerful and technologically advanced city-state that existed roughly 9,000 years before his time. According to Plato, Atlantis was an immense island empire that stretched beyond the Pillars of Hercules, what we now call the Strait of Gibraltar. The civilization was wealthy, advanced, and militarily powerful. Yet, as the legend goes, Atlantis fell out of favor with the gods and, in a single day and night, was swallowed by the sea in a catastrophic event. Although no concrete evidence has proven Atlantis existed, various locations have been proposed as potential sites. One of the most popular theories points to the Greek island of Santorini. Around 1600 BC, the Minoan civilization on Santorini suffered a devastating volcanic eruption that caused a massive tsunami, which might have inspired tales of Atlantis. Another possible site is Doggerland, an ancient region in the North Sea that connected Britain to mainland Europe before rising sea levels submerged it around 8,000 years ago. The enigma of Atlantis continues to inspire scientists, historians, and enthusiasts, fueling underwater explorations and theories. Although the search for Atlantis remains inconclusive, the tale underscores humanity's fascination with the idea of a lost civilization of great power and sophistication. Pavlopetri, Greece. The oldest known submerged city, Pavlopetri, located off the southern coast of Greece, is widely recognized as the oldest submerged city ever discovered. Dating back to around 3000 BC, this Bronze Age city is an impressive example of ancient urban planning. Archaeologists have found evidence of streets, buildings, and even a complex drainage system, all preserved beneath layers of silt and sand. This level of sophistication suggests Pavlopetri was a bustling center for trade and community life, much more advanced than other settlements from the same period. The layout of Pavlopetri reveals carefully organized housing complexes, roads, and open spaces, likely for social gatherings or markets. Archaeologists have unearthed pottery and tools that indicate the city's residents engaged in trade, agriculture, and crafting. The items found reflect daily life, providing glimpses into how people lived, worked, and interacted thousands of years ago. Pavlopetri's discovery and ongoing study have shed new light on the complexity of early Greek civilization, pushing back the timeline of organized urban centers by centuries. Through Pavlopetri, we see how early societies adapted to their coastal environment, developing techniques and systems that would influence future civilizations. The city's underwater preservation offers an invaluable snapshot of early Greek life, painting a vivid picture of an ancient community that thrived before it was claimed by the sea. Yonaguni Monument, Japan, natural wonder or human-made structure. The Yonaguni Monument, located off the coast of Japan's Yonaguni Island, is one of the most enigmatic underwater formations. First discovered by a local diver in the 1980s, the Yonaguni Monument is a massive stone structure with sharp angles, terraces, and what appears to be a grand staircase. The monument's design has led some to argue that it is a man-made structure, possibly the remnants of an ancient civilization that predates known history. However, others believe the formation is a natural geological phenomenon shaped by underwater currents over thousands of years. Proponents of the man-made theory point to the symmetrical shapes, steps, and pillars, which resemble the architectural style of ancient structures found on land. The sheer scale of the monument, covering an area as large as a football field, adds to the mystery, as it suggests that if human-made, it would have required considerable engineering skill and labor. Archaeologists and geologists have debated the origins of the Yonaguni Monument for decades, with no conclusive evidence to determine its origins definitively. If proven to be man-made, the monument could reshape our understanding of early human civilization in Asia, suggesting advanced societies existed in the region thousands of years earlier than previously thought. Regardless of its origin, the Yonaguni Monument remains a captivating mystery, drawing divers and researchers from around the world to explore its depths. Dwarka, India, the lost city of Krishna in the coastal waters of Gujarat, India, lies the submerged city of Dwarka, a place steeped in mythology and historical significance. According to Hindu texts, Dwarka was the ancient kingdom of Lord Krishna, a major figure in Hindu mythology. For centuries, Dwarka was thought to be a mythical city until underwater exploration in the late 20th century revealed a network of submerged structures. Archaeologists found remnants of walls, pillars, and what appeared to be an intricate urban layout, suggesting that Dwarka was indeed a real, thriving city. The structures in Dwarka, along with artifacts dating back over 5,000 years, align with descriptions from sacred Hindu texts. This has led to widespread excitement and interest from both the scientific community and those with religious ties to the mythology of Krishna. Excavations have uncovered pottery, sculptures, and what appears to be a complex system of harbors, indicating Dwarka's importance as a port city. Scholars and historians now believe Dwarka played a critical role in trade across the Arabian Sea, connecting the Indian subcontinent to other ancient civilizations. Dwarka's rediscovery bridges the gap between myth and history, transforming what was once thought to be a legendary city into an archaeological treasure trove. The submerged ruins of Dwarka reveal not only the architectural prowess of ancient India but also its spiritual and cultural heritage, offering a tangible link to stories passed down through generations. Baiae, Italy, the Roman Las Vegas, beneath the sea in the Bay of Naples, submerged beneath the tranquil waters, lies Baiae, a city known in ancient times as the Las Vegas of the Roman Empire. Baiae was a luxurious resort for Rome's elite, filled with grand villas, bathhouses, and temples. It was a place of excess, known for its opulent lifestyle, indulgence, and pleasure. The city eventually sank due to volcanic activity, leaving its lavish structures preserved under layers of sediment. Today, divers can explore the remnants of Baiae's grandeur, from its marble statues to intricate mosaics that speak to its former glory. The sinking of Baiae was caused by volcanic shifts from nearby Mount Vesuvius, the same volcano responsible for burying Pompeii. The phenomenon of bradysism, a gradual rise and fall of the Earth due to volcanic activity, caused Baiae's slow descent into the sea. Archaeologists and divers have uncovered statues of gods, luxurious baths, and remains of frescoes, all of which demonstrate the opulence of Roman society. Visiting Baiae today is like stepping back in time, as the city's underwater ruins provide a remarkably preserved glimpse into the lifestyles of ancient Rome's elite. Baiae serves as a reminder of the volatility of nature and how even the most powerful cities can be vulnerable to forces beyond human control. Heracleion, Egypt, the lost gateway to the Nile before the rise of Alexandria, the ancient city of Heracleion served as Egypt's primary port and gateway to the Nile. Located near the mouth of the Nile River, Heracleion was once a bustling hub of commerce, where Greek and Egyptian cultures intersected. Over time, the city succumbed to the water due to a combination of land subsidence and natural disasters, disappearing beneath the waves around the 2nd century BC. Heracleion lay forgotten for centuries until it was rediscovered in 2000 by underwater archaeologists, revealing treasures that painted a vivid picture of ancient Egyptian life. The rediscovery of Heracleion uncovered an astonishing array of artifacts, including colossal statues of Egyptian gods, inscriptions, and a wealth of coins and pottery that reflected the city's status as a center of trade. Temples, harbors, and even fragments of ancient ships have been found, highlighting the city's importance as a strategic port. Heracleion's findings offer an invaluable glimpse into the fusion of Greek and Egyptian cultures, as well as the religious and commercial life that flourished there. The city's ruins show us a world where cultures mingled and thrived, only to be lost to the forces of nature. These underwater cities reveal a rich tapestry of human history, each with its unique story of rise, adaptation, and ultimate submersion. By studying these sites, we not only uncover lost worlds but also gain insights into the resilience, diversity, and complexity of ancient civilizations. Each submerged city challenges our understanding of the past, inviting us to look deeper into the mysteries of our shared human journey. Lost cities of the Mediterranean region, known as the cradle of civilization, is home to some of the world's most fascinating underwater cities. Ancient cities in this region reflect the prosperity of early Mediterranean societies and showcase the blend of cultures, innovations, and architectural marvels that flourished there. Today, due to a combination of natural disasters and shifting sea levels, several once thriving cities lie beneath the waves. Let's journey through some of the most remarkable sunken cities of the Mediterranean and explore the stories preserved in these underwater realms. Baiae, Italy. The Roman resort of extravagance, the city of Baiae, submerged in the Bay of Naples, was once a playground for Rome's wealthiest elite. Known for its luxurious villas, spas, and lavish feasts, Baiae was often compared to modern-day Las Vegas for its reputation as a place of excess and pleasure. Romans of high rank, including emperors such as Nero, Augustus, and Caligula, were known to frequent Baiae for rest and recreation. With its grand architecture, thermal baths, and elaborate villas, Baiae became the epitome of indulgence. The city's sinking was caused by volcanic activity in the nearby Phlegraean fields, a region with active volcanic phenomena that includes Mount Vesuvius. This geological activity led to a phenomenon known as bradysism, the gradual rise and fall of the ground due to subterranean pressure changes, causing sections of Baiae to slip underwater. The preserved remains include exquisite mosaics, statues, and marble structures, all offering a glimpse into the opulence of Roman architecture and society. Today, divers can explore Baiae's remnants, including Roman columns, marble statues, and the iconic mosaic floors, all testaments to the grandeur of ancient Rome. Heracleion, Egypt. Egypt's lost gateway Heracleion, also known as Thonis, was a significant port city situated near the mouth of the Nile River. Long before Alexandria rose to prominence, Heracleion served as Egypt's gateway to the Mediterranean and an important center for trade, religious practices, and cultural exchange. The city held immense importance due to its location as a point of entry for ships entering Egypt from the Mediterranean. Historians have described Heracleion as a bustling hub where Egyptian and Greek cultures intermingled, and where massive temples and statues adorned the cityscape. However, around the 2nd century BC, Heracleion succumbed to a combination of natural disasters, including earthquakes, flooding, and land subsidence, causing it to gradually sink below the waves. Rediscovered in 2000 by underwater archaeologists, the submerged city revealed a wealth of ancient artifacts, including colossal statues, stelae inscribed with hieroglyphs, coins, jewelry, and pottery. Some of the largest statues ever discovered in Egypt, including statues of pharaohs and Egyptian deities, were found underwater, revealing the city's grandeur and religious significance. The port area also contained ancient ships, showing the scale of Heracleion's role in trade and commerce. Heracleon's ruins reveal a unique blend of Greek and Egyptian influences, providing a rare glimpse into a world where two great civilizations coexisted and thrived. Alexandria, Egypt. The sunken city of Cleopatra. Alexandria, one of the most famous cities in antiquity, was founded by Alexander the Great and later became a major center for knowledge, culture, and trade. Under the rule of Cleopatra, Alexandria flourished as the seat of power and sophistication in Egypt. However, parts of the ancient city, including the royal quarters, temples, and harbors, gradually sank into the sea, likely due to a series of earthquakes and tsunamis that struck the region. The sunken remnants of Alexandria were rediscovered in the 1990s, and ongoing underwater excavations have revealed remarkable structures, including the palace complex that once housed Cleopatra. Archaeologists have uncovered columns, statues, sphinxes, and coins bearing Cleopatra's likeness, preserving the legacy of her reign. The underwater finds in Alexandria also include remnants of the famed Pharos lighthouse, one of the seven wonders of the ancient world, believed to have toppled due to seismic activity and erosion. Alexandria's submerged ruins tell a story of grandeur, cultural achievements, and the tragic events that led to the disappearance of a portion of this historic city beneath the sea. Today, Alexandria's underwater discoveries continue to offer an invaluable look into ancient Egyptian and Greek history, blending myth and history in a city that defined an era. These Mediterranean underwater cities not only tell stories of individual societies but also reveal how interconnected ancient civilizations were. The Mediterranean was a melting pot of cultures, trade, and innovation, a fact made clear by the shared architectural styles and influences found across these submerged cities. Through these lost cities, we glimpse a Mediterranean world of luxury, trade, and cultural exchange that once flourished along its shores. Each submerged city provides a unique perspective on ancient life, a testament to the complexity and sophistication of the Mediterranean civilizations, and a reminder of the vulnerability of human creations to nature's forces. Natural disasters and rising seas. How cities ended up underwater. Human history is intertwined with nature's forces, from gentle seasonal changes to devastating geological events. Many of the world's submerged cities met their watery fate due to natural disasters and rising seas, forces that reshaped landscapes and drove civilizations to adapt or abandon their homes. In this section, we explore the key causes: earthquakes, tsunamis, volcanic eruptions, and climate-driven sea level rise, that played a significant role in sinking ancient cities beneath the waves. The devastating power of earthquakes. Earthquakes have been a constant threat to civilizations, particularly those near tectonic plate boundaries where seismic activity is frequent. The Mediterranean region, for example, is seismically active due to the meeting of the African and Eurasian plates, making it a hotbed for earthquakes that have submerged cities over millennia. In ancient times, people were often unprepared for the destruction that earthquakes could bring, and their impact on coastal cities was particularly devastating. For instance, parts of Alexandria and other cities around the Mediterranean sank due to seismic events that destabilized the ground. When earthquakes occur underwater or near coastal regions, they can create tsunamis that devastate shorelines, erasing cities in minutes. The role of tsunamis in coastal destruction. In seismically active areas, underwater earthquakes can trigger tsunamis, which are large, powerful waves that travel at tremendous speeds, often overwhelming coastal cities with little to no warning. One of the most well-documented tsunami events in ancient history was the eruption of the Thera volcano, which many scholars believe inspired the myth of Atlantis. This volcanic eruption in the Aegean Sea around 1600 BC created a massive tsunami that impacted the Minoan civilization on Crete and surrounding islands. While not every ancient city impacted by a tsunami was submerged, the catastrophic waves often left ruins that were later overtaken by rising seas or geological shifts. In modern-day Japan, the Yonaguni monument serves as a reminder of the destructive force of tsunamis. Although its origins remain debated, some experts believe it could be the remnant of an ancient coastal civilization affected by seismic activity. Tsunamis can wipe out entire cities in minutes, reshaping coastlines and creating new underwater landscapes. With limited technology for early warning, ancient societies often suffered heavy losses when tsunamis struck, making their coastal cities especially vulnerable. Volcanic eruptions and land subsidence. Volcanoes, though sources of creation, can also be forces of immense destruction. When they erupt, the pressure change and seismic activity can cause the land to shift or sink, a process known as land subsidence. Baiae, the Roman resort city, is an example of a site affected by volcanic subsidence. This luxurious city, once bustling with Roman elites, sank gradually due to the bradysism in the volcanic Phlegraean fields. Similar geological phenomena affected parts of Alexandria, where ancient structures gradually sank as the unstable ground beneath them shifted. Volcanic activity is also linked to large-scale land subsidence, which often causes coastal areas to slowly sink, leaving cities vulnerable to flooding. These geological shifts don't occur overnight. Sometimes, they take centuries, as with the Phlegraean fields. However, the end result is the same. Cities that were once above sea level are now submerged and preserved beneath layers of silt and water, like time capsules waiting to be discovered. Sea level rise and climate change. In addition to sudden geological events, slower processes like climate change and rising sea levels have played a major role in submerging ancient cities. At the end of the last ice age, around 12,000 years ago, global temperatures began to rise, melting massive ice sheets and causing sea levels to increase significantly. This process submerged vast coastal plains, turning once inhabited regions into underwater landscapes. One of the most notable areas affected by ancient sea level rise is Doggerland, a landmass in the North Sea that connected Britain to mainland Europe. As sea levels rose, Doggerland slowly disappeared beneath the waves, erasing what was likely a thriving prehistoric landscape with settlements and communities. Today, researchers are examining the remnants of Doggerland, which was completely submerged around 8,000 years ago, to understand how ancient populations adapted to climate-driven environmental changes. Rising seas not only submerged Doggerland but also contributed to the erosion of coastlines across the globe, leaving cities that were once thriving on land now lost underwater. For ancient civilizations, the slow encroachment of the sea may have been a gradual disaster, forcing communities to relocate, abandon their homes, or develop strategies to cope with the advancing waters. Lessons from history, ancient adaptations and modern implications. The sinking of these cities serves as a stark reminder of nature's impact on human societies and the importance of adaptation in the face of environmental challenges. Ancient communities had limited tools and knowledge to combat these powerful forces, but they often made remarkable adaptations to survive. For instance, some coastal cities built walls or elevated structures to manage flooding, while others constructed their communities further inland after natural disasters struck. In many cases, these adaptations bought time but could not fully prevent the eventual submersion of their cities. Today, as modern coastal cities face similar challenges from climate change and rising seas, the stories of these underwater cities serve as cautionary tales. By studying how ancient societies responded to environmental pressures, we gain insights into potential strategies for resilience and adaptation in the present. The preservation of these submerged sites also underscores the importance of documenting and protecting cultural heritage, as these remnants of ancient life offer valuable lessons for the future. Lesser-known underwater cities around the world. While the famous submerged cities of Atlantis, Pavlopetri, and Heracleion often capture the spotlight, there are numerous lesser-known underwater cities that hold equally fascinating stories. These sites, scattered across the globe, offer a unique glimpse into the diverse cultures and lifestyles of ancient communities that met a similar fate. From pirate havens to preserved cultural landmarks, these cities remind us of the diversity and complexity of human civilization and reveal unexpected histories hidden beneath the water. Port Royal, Jamaica. The sunken pirate city known as the wickedest city on earth, Port Royal was a notorious pirate haven during the 17th century. Located in Jamaica, it was a bustling hub of trade, wealth, and vice, filled with merchants, adventurers, and pirates who enjoyed the city's opulent lifestyle. The city's position on the edge of a narrow sandbar made it vulnerable to natural disasters. In 1692, a massive earthquake struck, causing two-thirds of Port Royal to sink into the Caribbean Sea. The earthquake and resulting tsunamis claimed thousands of lives, and the once prosperous city was quickly submerged and left to rest beneath the waves. Today, the sunken remains of Port Royal are considered one of the most well-preserved underwater archaeological sites from the colonial era. Artifacts such as household items, ceramics, and weaponry provide a unique snapshot of life in a pirate-controlled city at its peak. Port Royal's underwater ruins offer a window into a period when piracy thrived in the Caribbean, revealing insights into the daily lives of its inhabitants and the bustling trade networks that connected the New World to Europe. The preservation of wooden structures and everyday objects in Port Royal is exceptional, showcasing the lifestyles and practices of one of the most infamous cities in maritime history. Shicheng, China, the Lion City beneath Chandao Lake. In contrast to Port Royal's chaotic and opulent past, Shicheng, or the Lion City, reflects the serene cultural heritage of ancient China. Located in Chandao Lake in Zhejiang Province, Shicheng was intentionally flooded in 1959 to create a reservoir for the Shinan River Dam project. Although it was submerged as part of a modern infrastructure initiative, the city itself dates back over 1,300 years to the Eastern Han Dynasty. Today, it lies 40 meters beneath the surface, with its traditional Chinese architecture remarkably preserved by the water. Known for its grand archways, ornate stone carvings, and detailed reliefs, Shicheng appears almost frozen in time. The cold, still water of Chandao Lake has helped preserve the city's wooden and stone structures, keeping the traditional architecture and intricate carvings intact. Divers exploring Shicheng have found preserved city walls, temples, and statues, which offer a rare look at Chinese life in antiquity. Shicheng's unique underwater state has transformed it into a time capsule of ancient Chinese culture, inviting explorers and historians to uncover its stories. As an unintentional underwater city, Shicheng demonstrates the impact of human development on cultural heritage, raising questions about preservation and the value of historical sites. Vilarinho de Furna, Portugal. The village that rises with the tides. Unlike other submerged cities, which are permanently lost to the sea, the village of Vilarinho de Furna in Portugal occasionally re-emerges, allowing a glimpse of its former life. Submerged in 1971 to create the Vilarinho das Furnas Dam, this village surfaces only during periods of drought, revealing its stone buildings, cobblestone streets, and remnants of daily life. Vilarinho de Furna, located in northern Portugal's Braga district, was a tightly knit community with a history that traces back to Roman times. Its flooding displaced hundreds of residents, who left behind homes, communal spaces, and a way of life tied to the land. When the water level drops, visitors can see the village's homes, pathways, and shared facilities, such as communal mills and water fountains, that were essential to the village's cooperative lifestyle. Vilarinho de Furna's occasional reappearance offers a unique perspective on community life, showing how people adapted to and lived in harmony with their environment. The village is a reminder of the cost of progress and the personal histories submerged in the name of development. The intermittent visibility of Vilarinho de Furna provides a powerful reminder of the cultural and historical sacrifices often made for modernization and infrastructure. Phanagoria, Russia. The lost Greek city in the Black Sea. The ancient city of Phanagoria, located on the Taman Peninsula near the Black Sea, was one of the largest Greek colonies in what is now modern-day Russia. Founded in the 6th century BC, Phanagoria became a major trading hub and cultural center for the Greeks, and it played a significant role in the exchange of goods and ideas between Greece and the lands surrounding the Black Sea. Over time, parts of the city began to sink due to geological shifts and rising sea levels, leaving sections of Phanagoria underwater. Excavations have revealed parts of the submerged city, including temples, coins, pottery, and inscriptions. Among the discoveries are artifacts that indicate Phanagoria was a melting pot of Greek and local cultures, with influences from the Scythians and Sarmatians. Phanagoria's underwater sections provide a unique insight into ancient Greek life outside the Mediterranean, illustrating the expansion and influence of Greek culture across different regions. Its submerged remains capture a pivotal period in history when Greek culture spread beyond its traditional borders, leaving an imprint on far-reaching areas that would later become part of the Roman Empire. These lesser-known underwater cities showcase the diversity of cultures, lifestyles, and stories preserved beneath the waves. From pirate-infested ports to ancient Chinese towns, each site offers a unique perspective on the past. They remind us that history is layered and multifaceted, with every submerged city offering a different lens through which to view ancient life. Together, these cities represent a hidden tapestry of human history, waiting to be discovered, studied, and appreciated. Through exploration and preservation, these underwater worlds continue to tell stories of resilience, adaptation, and the ever-changing relationship between human societies and the natural environment. Controversial insights, natural formations or lost cities. Underwater discoveries have fueled debates among archaeologists and scientists for decades. Some underwater structures seem too precise and organized to be natural formations, sparking questions about their origins. Are they remnants of forgotten civilizations, or are they simply natural formations shaped by underwater currents? These controversial sites challenge conventional ideas of history and prompt discussions about the limits of archaeological evidence. Here, we explore a few sites that blur the line between natural formation and human construction, with experts divided on their origins. The Yonaguni Monument, Japan. Discovered off the coast of Yonaguni Island in Japan, the Yonaguni Monument is a large stone structure with sharp, angular terraces and steps, resembling an ancient temple or fortress. First encountered by a local diver in 1987, the structure's massive size and distinct geometric features have led some to believe it's the creation of an ancient, advanced civilization that predated recorded history in Japan. The monument's terraces, flat surfaces, and what appear to be stairs and pathways look remarkably like human-made structures, challenging the belief that complex civilizations didn't exist in this region thousands of years ago. However, many geologists argue that the monument is a natural formation, shaped by tectonic activity and underwater currents. They point to the area's sandstone composition, which can fracture into sharp, angular formations over time. Despite these claims, the debate remains unresolved, with both sides presenting compelling evidence. If the Yonaguni Monument were proven to be man-made, it could shift our understanding of early civilizations in Asia, suggesting that sophisticated societies existed much earlier than previously thought. Until then, the monument remains a fascinating enigma, attracting divers and researchers eager to explore its origins. The Cuban underwater megaliths. In 2001, a team of oceanographers conducting sonar scans off the coast of Cuba discovered a massive, complex structure beneath the sea, with what appeared to be large blocks and symmetrical shapes spread across a wide area. The formation is located in the Yucatan Channel, around 2,000 feet below the surface, far deeper than most known ancient cities. The discovery sparked immediate speculation about its origins, with some suggesting it could be the remains of an ancient civilization that predates recorded history in the Americas. Scientists remain divided on whether the Cuban structures are man-made or a product of natural geological processes. The depth and size of the formations have led some to argue that they would have been built over 50,000 years ago, a period when humans were thought to lack the technology for such constructions. Others believe that the symmetrical shapes are the result of natural processes, such as tectonic activity. However, the location of the site has made further research challenging, and definitive conclusions have yet to be reached. The Cuban megaliths stand as another example of underwater mysteries that could reshape our understanding of early civilizations. The Bimini Road, Bahamas. Bimini Road, located off the coast of North Bimini Island in the Bahamas, is a famous site among those fascinated by lost civilizations. The structure consists of a half-mile-long line of limestone blocks that appear to form a road or wall beneath the water. Since its discovery in the 1960s, Bimini Road has sparked numerous theories, with some claiming it's part of the fabled lost city of Atlantis or another ancient civilization. The stone's alignment and regular spacing have led to speculation that the formation is human-made, possibly an ancient roadway or wall. Skeptics, however, believe that Bimini Road is a natural formation. They argue that the blocks are a product of natural erosion and that the alignment is coincidental. Geologists suggest that the stones are beach rock, which can fracture into rectangular blocks and align naturally over time. Despite these arguments, Bimini Road remains a popular topic of debate and a destination for divers and researchers alike. Whether natural or human-made, the site has captured the imagination of many, keeping the possibility of unknown ancient civilizations alive. Adam's Bridge, Ram Setu, between India and Sri Lanka. Adam's Bridge, also known as Ram Setu, is a chain of limestone shoals stretching between India and Sri Lanka. According to Hindu mythology, the bridge was built by the deity Lord Rama and his army of monkeys to rescue his wife, Sita, from the demon king Ravana. This myth has fueled debates about whether the structure is a natural formation or a man-made construction. Satellite imagery reveals that the formation resembles a bridge, adding to the mystery and sparking debates on both religious and historical grounds. Geologists generally classify Adam's Bridge as a natural formation, formed by the buildup of limestone shoals over time. However, the bridge's linear shape has led some to question this explanation, proposing that ancient engineers may have constructed it thousands of years ago. Although scientific studies suggest it's a natural formation, the site continues to be a point of interest, with many believing it's a remnant of ancient technology or proof of the events described in the Ramayana. The enduring debate over Adam's Bridge highlights the cultural and historical significance of underwater sites, where mythology and science often intersect. The Antikythera wreck, Greece, an advanced machine in the depths. While the Antikythera wreck is a confirmed archaeological site rather than a natural formation, the artifacts found within it have sparked controversy and wonder. Discovered in 1901 off the coast of the Greek island of Antikythera, the site is famous for the Antikythera mechanism, a complex device that many consider the world's first analog computer. The mechanism was used to predict astronomical events and is believed to date back to the 2nd century BC. The sophistication of this device has raised questions about ancient technology, suggesting that civilizations possessed advanced knowledge that was lost or forgotten over time. The Antikythera mechanism challenges the conventional view of ancient technology, showing that early civilizations may have had access to complex engineering principles. While the device itself isn't a submerged city, it demonstrates that sophisticated knowledge could exist in unexpected places, possibly including other undiscovered underwater sites. The discovery has led to renewed interest in underwater archaeology, as scientists seek more evidence of advanced ancient technology that may be hidden in the depths. These controversial sites challenge our understanding of history and the capabilities of ancient civilizations. Each location, whether natural or human-made, fuels the imagination, raising questions about the ingenuity of past societies and the mysteries still hidden beneath the waves. While some of these formations may turn out to be natural phenomena, the debates they inspire keep the search for lost civilizations alive, encouraging further exploration and discovery. Through these underwater enigmas, we continue to explore the limits of what we know, pushing the boundaries of science, history, and archaeology. Environmental impact on future discoveries. The underwater cities of the past not only reveal insights about ancient civilizations but also serve as silent witnesses to the effects of environmental change. Today, as climate change accelerates and sea levels continue to rise, these underwater cities face new threats that could impact both the preservation of ancient sites and the potential for future discoveries. The intersection of environmental impact and underwater archaeology prompts us to consider the delicate balance between uncovering history and protecting these sites from irreversible damage. Rising sea levels and submerged heritage. One of the most immediate environmental threats to underwater archaeological sites is rising sea levels. According to recent studies, global sea levels have been rising faster in the past century than at any other time in recorded history. This phenomenon not only affects modern coastal cities but also puts ancient underwater sites at risk. Rising seas can bury these sites under layers of silt, sand, and other sediments, making them harder to detect and excavate. Additionally, changing water levels alter the conditions in which these artifacts have been preserved for centuries, potentially accelerating their decay. As waters rise, some sites that are currently accessible to archaeologists may become unreachable, pushing them deeper into the ocean where light and oxygen are scarce. This impacts the tools and techniques that researchers use, increasing the difficulty and cost of exploration. For instance, some submerged sites may need special lighting and protective barriers to withstand the increased water pressure and sediment accumulation. The challenge of accessing these sites as they become deeper in the ocean underscores the urgency of current exploration efforts and the need to document these discoveries before they disappear further. Acidification and artifact preservation. Another significant impact of climate change on underwater archaeological sites is ocean acidification. As carbon dioxide levels in the atmosphere increase, more CO2 is absorbed by the oceans, leading to higher acidity levels in seawater. This acidification can severely damage artifacts, especially those made of limestone, coral, and metal, which are particularly sensitive to changes in pH levels. For submerged cities like Alexandria and Heracleion, where artifacts are often made from these materials, acidification presents a risk to their long-term preservation. Underwater artifacts, like marble statues, stone walls, and ancient metal objects, are vulnerable to corrosion when exposed to more acidic water. Over time, this can result in the erosion of intricate details, such as carvings and inscriptions, which are essential for historical analysis. Preservation efforts now include monitoring pH levels and considering solutions to protect vulnerable artifacts from the corrosive effects of acidification. These conservation challenges highlight the importance of sustainable practices in underwater archaeology, as experts strive to balance exploration with preservation. Increased storm activity and site disturbance. Climate change has also been linked to an increase in the frequency and intensity of storms and hurricanes. These powerful natural events can disrupt underwater sites by shifting sediment layers, scattering artifacts, and causing structural damage to submerged ruins. For example, hurricanes and tropical storms in the Caribbean have impacted sites like Port Royal, moving artifacts and disturbing sediment that had kept them preserved for centuries. Strong currents and wave action can also destabilize ruins, potentially damaging walls, columns, and other architectural features that remain underwater. In regions like the Mediterranean, where underwater cities like Baiae and Pavlopetri rest, increased storm activity can affect the integrity of these sites. Storm surges and high-energy waves have the potential to displace artifacts, erode structures, and even expose previously buried areas. While storms can occasionally reveal new discoveries, they also pose a risk to existing finds by displacing or damaging them. This growing concern underscores the importance of immediate action to document and preserve these sites before they're altered or destroyed by natural forces beyond our control. Technological innovations for preservation and exploration. As environmental threats to underwater cities grow, advancements in technology are proving invaluable for both preservation and exploration. New developments in underwater drones, sonar imaging, and artificial intelligence (AI) are helping archaeologists navigate, map, and monitor sites with greater accuracy. Underwater drones equipped with high-resolution cameras can access deeper and more remote sites, capturing images and data that were once out of reach for divers. AI-powered imaging can create detailed, 3D models of submerged cities, allowing researchers to visualize and study these sites without physically disturbing them. In response to acidification and other environmental risks, researchers are developing protective coatings and materials that can be applied to artifacts to slow decay. Some projects are exploring the use of biopolymers that can be applied underwater to stabilize structures and protect fragile surfaces. Additionally, scientists are working on developing barriers and localized enclosures that can shield artifacts from corrosive water conditions. These innovations are essential for future discoveries, as they help ensure that the cultural heritage found in underwater cities can be preserved and studied for generations to come. The importance of sustainable archaeology. The need for sustainable practices in underwater archaeology is growing as we face the dual challenge of climate change and the preservation of ancient sites. Sustainable archaeology emphasizes responsible exploration that minimizes disturbance to underwater sites and considers the long-term impact of excavation and preservation techniques. By adopting these practices, archaeologists aim to balance the excitement of discovery with the responsibility of protecting historical artifacts and sites from environmental harm. Sustainable practices may include techniques like remote sensing, which allows archaeologists to study sites without physical excavation, thus reducing the risk of damage. Sustainable excavation is also focused on careful documentation, using digital tools to record findings in a way that can be shared globally without needing to transport artifacts. This approach also includes educating the public and policymakers about the impact of climate change on cultural heritage and advocating for the protection of these underwater treasures. In exploring the environmental impact on underwater cities, we are reminded that these ancient sites are more than relics of the past. They are testaments to human resilience and ingenuity. As our understanding of these submerged cities deepens, so does our responsibility to protect them from the environmental forces that threaten their survival. Through sustainable practices and technological innovation, we can preserve the stories of these underwater cities, ensuring they continue to teach and inspire future generations in the face of an ever-changing world. What these discoveries teach us about human history. The underwater cities scattered across the world reveal more than just architectural marvels. They open windows into the lives, cultures, and beliefs of ancient civilizations. These submerged ruins allow us to piece together stories of human resilience, adaptation, and the universal drive to build, explore, and thrive. From the intricate planning of Pavlopetri in Greece to the grandeur of Alexandria in Egypt, each of these cities holds clues about the values, struggles, and accomplishments of the people who once inhabited them. In this section, we'll delve into what these discoveries teach us about the diverse aspects of human history, shared cultural themes, and how ancient societies responded to the challenges posed by their environments. Insights into ancient urban planning and infrastructure. The remains of ancient cities like Pavlopetri, which dates back over 5,000 years, offer valuable insights into early urban planning. Pavlopetri's layout reveals a carefully organized city with streets, residential quarters, and a complex drainage system. This level of sophistication challenges the assumption that urban planning developed only in later periods. The findings at Pavlopetri show that even in the early stages of civilization, communities understood the importance of infrastructure in supporting a growing population. Similarly, the layout of Heracleion in Egypt, with its planned harbors, temples, and marketplaces, reflects the practical and religious priorities of its people. Heracleion's organized cityscape reveals the significance of water-based trade routes, as it served as a gateway for commerce and cultural exchange. These submerged cities highlight the diversity of urban planning solutions adopted by different cultures, showcasing how early civilizations adapted to their environments, whether by building drainage systems, creating marketplaces, or constructing places of worship. They remind us that city planning and infrastructure are ancient concepts, fundamental to the growth of human societies across the globe. Religious and cultural significance of ancient cities. The submerged ruins of cities like Dwarka in India and Alexandria in Egypt reveal not only architectural and economic achievements but also the cultural and religious beliefs that shaped these societies. Dwarka, linked to the Hindu deity Lord Krishna, is deeply significant in Hindu mythology and continues to hold a special place in Indian religious history. The discovery of submerged temples and artifacts in Dwarka brings sacred Hindu stories into a historical context, bridging the gap between mythology and reality. This connection between myth and archaeology highlights the role of religion in shaping cities, as ancient people often built their homes and places of worship close to what they believed to be sacred sites. In Alexandria, remnants of temples and statues dedicated to Greek and Egyptian deities reflect the city's position as a cultural crossroads. Alexandria was a melting pot where Greek, Egyptian, and later Roman cultures intermingled, and this diversity is evident in its ruins. The city's submerged relics show how religion and culture played central roles in public life, influencing architecture, urban layout, and even the structure of governance. Through these discoveries, we see how spirituality and cultural identity were intertwined with the physical spaces of ancient cities, giving us a deeper understanding of the values and beliefs that defined these societies. Technological and engineering marvels of the ancient world. Many of the underwater cities discovered around the world reveal advanced engineering skills that allowed ancient civilizations to build complex structures. The Roman city of Baiae, with its luxurious villas, public baths, and heated floors, showcases the impressive engineering and architectural capabilities of the Romans. These heated bathhouses, powered by a hypercaust system, demonstrate the Roman mastery of engineering to provide comfort and luxury in everyday life. Baiae's preserved ruins also reveal the use of volcanic ash in concrete, a technique that has proven remarkably resilient against time and water. The Antikythera mechanism, found within a Greek shipwreck near the island of Antikythera, is another testament to ancient engineering. This intricate device, often called the world's first analog computer, could track planetary movements and predict astronomical events. Though not a city, the mechanism's discovery within a submerged wreck demonstrates the technological prowess of ancient civilizations and challenges our understanding of their scientific knowledge. These engineering feats reveal that early societies possessed technical skills that rival those of later periods, showcasing their ability to innovate and create advanced tools and structures. The universality of trade and cultural exchange. Underwater cities like Heracleion, Dwarka, and Port Royal reveal the extensive trade networks that connected ancient civilizations, fostering the exchange of goods, ideas, and cultural practices. Heracleion, as Egypt's main port before Alexandria, was a bustling center of commerce where Greek and Egyptian merchants interacted, bringing together diverse cultural elements. Artifacts such as pottery, coins, and jewelry found at Heracleion indicate the variety of goods traded, providing evidence of economic relationships that spanned across the Mediterranean. Similarly, Dwarka's coastal location points to its role as a trading hub, connecting ancient India with civilizations in the Arabian Peninsula and beyond. The remains of harbor structures and imported goods in these cities demonstrate the universality of trade as a foundational aspect of human society. Trade routes allowed cultures to learn from one another, spreading knowledge, art, religion, and technology across vast distances. These submerged cities illustrate the interconnectedness of ancient societies, showing that global exchange is not a modern phenomenon but an integral part of human history. Lessons in adaptation and resilience. One of the most profound lessons that these underwater cities offer is a testament to human resilience. Many ancient civilizations settled in coastal areas, attracted by fertile lands and access to trade routes, despite the risks posed by natural disasters. The decision to build cities in these vulnerable areas reflects a willingness to adapt to changing environments. Some societies, like those in the Mediterranean, adapted to rising sea levels and geological instability by developing early forms of flood management and building structures resilient to water damage. The repeated pattern of cities rising, flourishing, and ultimately falling into ruin due to environmental forces reminds us of the challenges that humans have faced and continue to face. Today, as climate change poses similar risks to modern coastal cities, these ancient underwater sites serve as cautionary tales. By studying how ancient communities responded to environmental pressures, we gain insights that may help inform modern solutions for urban resilience and sustainability. Through these submerged cities, we learn that the desire to build, connect, and adapt is a timeless aspect of humanity. These discoveries offer glimpses into the lives and aspirations of people who, despite the challenges of their environment, sought to create societies that could thrive. The underwater cities remind us that history is a collection of shared human experiences, shaped by our ability to innovate, adapt, and endure. As we uncover more of these submerged sites, we continue to connect with the stories of those who came before us, finding inspiration and understanding in the remnants of their cities beneath the waves. The underwater cities we've explored offer more than just ruins. They reveal profound stories of human ingenuity, resilience, and the powerful forces of nature. These cities, lost to the sea through natural disasters, rising sea levels, or geological shifts, remind us of the challenges ancient civilizations faced and their remarkable ability to adapt, create, and thrive against all odds. As we rediscover these submerged worlds, we gain valuable insights into the diversity of human history, from the architectural marvels of Pavlopetri and the religious significance of Dwarka to the luxurious lifestyles of Baiae and the bustling trade ports of Heracleion. Each underwater city stands as a testament to the adaptability and ambition of our ancestors. The discoveries at sites like Yonaguni and the Cuban megaliths push the boundaries of what we know, prompting questions about the true extent of ancient civilizations' reach and capabilities. These sites, which blur the lines between natural and human-made formations, challenge our understanding of history and invite us to look beyond traditional narratives. As environmental changes continue to threaten these underwater cities, the urgency to explore, document, and preserve them becomes even more pronounced. Rising sea levels, acidification, and increased storm activity pose significant risks to these submerged treasures, underscoring the need for sustainable practices in underwater archaeology. Advances in technology, from underwater drones to AI imaging, are crucial in protecting and uncovering these relics, allowing us to explore deeper, with less impact on these fragile sites. Preservation efforts are not only about protecting artifacts but also about safeguarding the stories and cultural heritage these sites represent. The lessons from these underwater cities go beyond the history they contain. They serve as cautionary tales for our modern world, especially for coastal cities facing similar threats from climate change. By learning from ancient civilizations that once flourished along the water's edge, we gain insights into the impact of environmental changes on societies, as well as potential strategies for resilience and adaptation. In the end, these submerged cities remind us that history is never static. It's an ongoing journey of discovery that connects us with our shared human heritage. The stories of lost cities beneath the waves inspire wonder and reflection, offering glimpses into lives that, though separated by centuries, resonate with our own. Through exploration, technology, and sustainable practices, we can continue to learn from these ancient societies, preserving their legacy for future generations and deepening our understanding of the ever-evolving relationship between humanity and the forces of nature. The underwater cities of the world are not just remnants of the past, they are living chapters in the story of human civilization, waiting to be read, understood, and respected.